I'm Logan Crawford, and right now on Spotlight, we're talking to an amazing author. His name is Vester Dock, and he has written a powerful book. It is called Women Looking for a Man God Couldn't Find. This book delves into crucial issues in marriages and relationships, offering biblical guidance and life-saving advice for women. Today, we will uncover the wisdom within these pages that could change your life. We're delighted to have this very talented author join us here today on Spotlight. We thank the team at Brookside Press for helping us put him in the spotlight today. We ask viewers like you to support authors like him by subscribing to our channel and by purchasing his amazing book. The links are below this interview. Vester, great to see you here today on Spotlight.
Well, it's great to be here, Logan. I'm very impressed and happy to be here.
Well, I'm happy to
And
have you on the show. This is a great book you've written, a powerful book. I think it's going to have a lot of wonderful impact on the folks who read it. What inspired you to write Women Looking for a Man God Couldn't Find?
well, I had a great niece. I loved as a daughter, and she was in a relationship, and the relationship took her somewhere she didn't want to go, and she in love, which sometimes you get in love, you can get blind in love, and she got in love with this guy, and the relationship started taking her down, down, down. Eventually, it took her somewhere, and it took a hold on her, health wise, and and spiritual wise, and so she died in 2010, I believe. When I lost her, it gave me a great inspiration to pray and hope that I don't lose another daughter, a friend, another lady, period.
Yeah.
Because I saw what she did. She let the young man too much into her life. And women do make that mistake when they let a man know too much about them, and they don't know that much about a man. Because the outer appearance don't show the inward.
Exactly.
See, you see the external, but you don't see the internal.
Exactly.
And it inspired me to hope that I could help the next young man or woman to get in a relationship with the man. And I told, trying to tell them what to look for. That you can listen to a man, but you don't always hear what he's saying.
Right.
And the average man, including myself, was great liars.
Right.
And we had a way of covering up things.
Yeah.
We can make things look like what they're not. And so I got a soft spot in my heart for women, and so many of them have become victims in their own home. They have come like a cage bird in their own home because they trusted the man. And it takes time to know a man. And when I tell young women, listen, when you talk to a young man, listen to what he's not saying. You look him in his face, and then you see, but his face expression says what he's not saying. But a man's word, what I try to teach in that book, is expose the man's heart and what is feeling. And so this is why I don't want to see another young lady into a relationship and lose her life and behind a man. See, and the mistake most women make, they allow their wants to overpower their need.
Right.
And see, you can see a man, but the first thing they do, exchange phone numbers. That's not good.
Right.
It's not good to tell a man where you work, where you live. If he asks you, do you come here all the time, wherever you met him? Okay, varies. Where can I have your phone number? No. Point blank. You don't know who you're getting your phone number to.
Yeah.
Because today time, I'm not professional in relationships and all that, although I've been married 63 years.
Yeah.
But women, you blindside yourself when you see something you want, but then you forget about your need. And never tell them what kind of car you're driving and all. But once you meet men today, in the days time we're living in, you have to be very wise. because if you don't give them the phone number, some of them get very upset. And always, if you drive your car and you talk to a man, you met him at the grocery store, the bar, wherever you met him, always look through your mirror and see if he's following you. Okay, so then when you talk to a man, don't let him in on all your secrets. I often tell people that if you get in a relationship, there's 52 cards in a deck. If he don't put 26 up and you put up 26, the relationship is no good. Mm. So then that's how women make mistakes. And that book was written for my niece. I lost her and I lost a lot. But I pray that every woman twixt here in Italy or wherever would take the book and take the advice and use the advice is there, because part of that book is from my experience with women. Mm-hmm. Other part is God. And, and I had, by me being a pastor, I talk to women and men all the time. But they not wise. And men's, I have to say it, we are liars.
Yeah. No, it's great advice for women to be careful. They don't know who they are dealing with at times, and men can be predators. So it's a dangerous world out there. So they do have to take certain steps, certain precautions to protect themselves. Why do you call the book Women Looking for a Man God Couldn't Find?
Well, I took that from a good book. I took that from the Bible. Mm-hmm. If you read Jeremiah 5, you see God sent Jeremiah to find a man that would do right and justice by all. And Jeremiah went searching and he couldn't find one. He searched different cities and different towns and whatnot. But when he came back, the report was he couldn't find one. So then what I'm telling women is you can't find Mr. Right. You can't find a perfect man. He don't. Since Adam, this is on the biblical side, since Adam, there's never been another perfect man. He may be good and whatnot, but he's never Mr. Right. He's never going to be perfect in any way. So then when you get a man looking for a man, he ain't going to do justice and right by all. Everything about him not going to be right. Because he got some fault. Every man up on earth today got fault. So when Jeremiah come back, God asked him, could he find one? He said he couldn't find one. And so that's where I got the title from. Women looking for a man God couldn't find.
Well, that's a powerful title for sure. Yeah.
Right. So they're looking for Mr. Right. But Mr. Right, he's not on earth. Mm. And so then what happened, you can't let the outer appearance fool you. Yeah. See, smiling faces sometimes they tell lies. Yeah. And then you can see a smiling face, but you can have an evil mind. Yep. So what women should do is try to get inside the man's head. Yeah. And the mistake they make when they're talking to him, they look off. You never look off when you're talking to a man. Mm-hmm. You look him dead in his face, stay in his eyes. A liar cannot tell a straight truth. Right. I know because I was a great liar. Mm. And so I know one when I see one. That's why I put in the book what I do. Women, the man's word expose him. Yeah. Well, if you listen to him, what's deep down inside, it's going to be in his word. Right. And then the first thing I tell women is do after you meet him and you get in the date with him, the first thing you ask him, where do he work? If he said, well, I got laid off and I ain't worked in 6 months. You ain't worked in 6 months? That's a flag right there. That's a red sign, take a walk. If a man ain't worked in 6 months because he lost his job, something wrong. And then in the relationship, if you meet a man, 90% of the time ain't no virgin today, no man or woman. So if you meet him and he tell one side and he's not with the woman that before you, that's another side. It's two sides to every story. He got to tell if they separated because of anything other than adultery, he played a part. Mm-hmm. But he gonna make the other woman look like she wasn't nothing. Mm. And one thing another mistake women make, They don't listen to the ex because they figure they better than the ex. But the ex could let you know something you don't know.
Right.
And so that's where we make our mistake.
It's all powerful advice. It just might save somebody's life. I think it'll be a useful guide for all women who are dating, women who come into encounters for men who aren't dating. You've got to be careful out there. As the preacher said, men can be liars, and they can be deceptive, and looks can be deceiving as well, and you have to play it safe. That's the message here. The name of the book is Women Looking for a Man God Couldn't Find. It delves into the crucial issues such as marriage and relationships and offers biblical advice and life-saving advice for women. Vester, thank you so much for joining us here today on Spotlight.
Oh, I'm happy to do that, Logan. Thank you for having me.
Well, I appreciate your time, sir. To the folks at home, I'm Logan Crawford, thanking you for your time this time. Until next time on Spotlight.